Hello everyone, and welcome back to the stream. Now we're going to continue Triangle Strategy. We haven't done that in a while. I believe last weekend was when I did some grinding. So Anna's level 28, as she was before. Of course, she's the highest level. And everyone else is level 27. Oh, also, where we stopped the save, there was some story elements. So what I did, I skipped that and I saved on a second file the training. So we're gonna load the first file to see the story, and then we're gonna load the second file. So here it is, the two files. Let's read the story. I skipped it, so I have no idea what is being said here. No,
Deep in the Grand Nozellian
How do you-
mines lay a most unexpected discovery. Crystals of pure salt.
I'm trying to remember how do you... I forgot how... There we go.
Now
So,
in possession
I
of
did press it
knowledge
right.
that
I
could
guess I
alter
just
the course of
pressed it
history in
twice.
Nozellia. The members of House Wolffort gather at Whiteholm Castle to discuss their next move.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that we took the mines. If grieves could passion moves.
Unexpected though it may be, the salt crystals are now ours. How shall we proceed?
Carefully, for it has the potential to alter the balance of power across Norzellia. This is an opportunity to reshape the realm to our benefit. We must be strategic.
It's a target on our backs is what it is. There'll be no peace for us so long as we hold them.
Oh yeah,
Hyzant
Asfrost
set upon us with a
knows,
fury we've
and
never known
once
if they
Hyzant
leave us.
knows, they also gonna
She's
be
right.
after you guys.
They will stop at nothing to defend their faith.
Nor will Frost go quietly into the night.
Yep.
Then let us prepare for when word does spread, rather than fret over how long we can keep the secret. Whether we protect
Fair
the salt
point.
as ours or find another way to use it, we must act soon.
What say you, Your Majesty?
We find ourselves at a crossroads. Not just as a kingdom, but an entire realm. Our decision will touch every life in Norzellia. I
Okay.
too wish to act quickly. But I beg you all for a moment alone with my thoughts.
Yeah,
Your
being
caution
quick
is
and being rash
admirable,
are
but
two different things.
ill-advised. Hesitation could cost us everything.
That much is obvious. Yet I cannot race headlong into the unknown when so much depends upon us.
Benedict, I find myself unmoored as well. I wish to hear from all present before we decide upon a course of action.
Okay, so we're gonna do a voting.
As you wish. Pray let it be swift.
Serenoa, answer me this.
Hmm?
Can I count on you to walk the path with me? Whatever it may be.
I was named Lord of House Wolffort long before I was inducted into the Saintly Seven.
Mhm.
And I've been your friend even longer still.
Say no more. Take the others to Castle Wolffort and await my word. Likewise, inform me of any movements from Hyzant.
As you wish. Until we meet again.
Okay, so we got some character stories and two main stories in Asfrost and one in Hyzant. Okay, so but now we're gonna load the other save. So let's see what the weapon upgrades. So a lot of weapons I upgraded. All these people have a rank 3 weapon. The 3 of them have a rank 2 weapon, and the 2 of them have a rank 1 weapon. As for the upgrades, let's see. I don't remember if I did any upgrades. What is this one? Ah. Was this? No single. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, this one. It seems so good. Provoke to be one TP. What is this again? Elude. Don't even know what elude is yet, because I need it like level 30 or something. And then that's duration. So that's gonna depend on what elude is. Oh yeah, and here he will finally be able to put turrets, which was part of what was promoted when it showed the unit Arcbolt. Now, he got an amazing move. It's basically an airstrike. Is there anything else? No? Okay. Doesn't she have already a 3 jump? Let me just look. Look, everyone 28 and everyone level 27. She has a 3 jump, so with that she could have gone for a 4 jump. Let me just check my item stock. I should be fine. I say that, and let's... stock up. Silence. Okay, the rest, I think it's fine. Okay. Oh my god, 13 character stories. That's gonna take a while. For the Crown City has... Oh, though the Crown City has been freed from Azeroth's clutches, the citizens continues to denounce Cordelia. It's gonna take a bit until we continue the story, huh?
At last, Glenbrook is ours once more. We could not have done this without you, Huette. I cannot thank you enough for all you've done in service of the crown.
I can take no credit. 'Twas all the efforts of Prince Roland and Lord Serenoa. And of course, your loyal subjects who have no doubt longed for your return.
Have they indeed?
Yeah, who are we talking about
Can
here?
you hear them, Huette? My beloved loyal subjects speak.
Show yourself, Cordelia! You traitor! Foul puppet of a princess!
Damned witch! Lord Landroy's blood is on your hands!
Why are they complaining now?
Why didn't he show his face sooner?
Lord Landroy gave his life for the crown, and you repay him with treachery and cowardice?
It seems they would just as soon have my head, and Roland's for that matter.
What in the name of... I'll disperse them at once.
I cannot stop you, but you should know they speak truth.
During the Asfrost occupation.
Well, have you made up your mind?
You ask as if I ever had a choice.
How perceptive of you. Perhaps our little talk will not take so much time after all. I want you to declare to your people that the former kingdom of Glenbrook is now under Esfrosti rule. They must hear it from you if they are to accept this new reality. If, however, you refuse, well, who can say what will become of us? House Falks, loyal as they are to the crown, might erupt into open revolt. They are a fearsome lot, indeed.
I mean, do they even
They would rain
exist,
hellfire
though?
upon the castle. No doubt you can imagine what this would entail.
Or is this before they were destroyed?
Had I refused to go through with the Archduke's plot, our kingdom would have been drowned in an ocean of blood.
I understand your pain, Your Highness. I know how hard you fought to survive. It is clear that the people, however, do not. They only see a pawn, a puppet, a traitor. This pains me.
I cannot deny their words. But I cannot allow this
I
chasm
mean,
between
if
the
they were
people and the
complaining
royal
that
family to
back
deepen
then,
even further.
when it was under
Tis a
Asfrost,
new
I would
era for
understand.
Glenbrook. But our optimism must not blind us to the fissures beneath our feet.
But yeah, the
Else the
countries,
will swallow us whole.
there's so much
I would
fix,
heal these
both
wounds properly.
physical
Not sure
and
how.
mentally. Next up, we have Lionel. Lionel joins House Wolffort in a shameless bid to fill his coffers. We know that already.
Hail and well met, my good fellow. Lionel greets you most heartily.
Oh, I forget about this.
Clara spoke of you. Lionel, you say?
The very same, and in a position of privilege for which he is most grateful. A privilege that he would be most happy to share with the consortium, that it might prove to our mutual benefit.
Oh, a fellow man with an eye for profit, I see. What privilege.
Oh, he has eye for
brought me
profit,
today.
alright.
A
Frankly, only eye
lucky
for
fellow
profit.
such as yourself has doubtless heard rumors of Hyzant's clandestine research projects. Yes?
Indeed, I have. Developing weapons of devastating power, unlocking the secrets of eternal life.
Not sure about the second one.
If Lionel were to tell you that Hyzant has in fact created an elixir that offers everlasting youth.
I would be intrigued, and then I'd ask you how you could possibly know such a thing.
It's a simple matter of logic. Think. Why would Hyzant hide the existence of so wondrous a panacea?
I suppose they'd want to keep such power to them and theirs.
Just so. The only thing kings and nobles covet more than salt is life itself. My lord is no exception.
What are you saying? Those you serve have procured this miracle drug.
Now, don't go
Lionel
putting
has
words in
found
our mouth.
himself welcome within nobility's most inner circles, he is proud to say, and privy to their secret conversations. He also finds himself in possession of a certain medicine, a medicine he would be happy to part with a share of, for the right price.
A price I'd be more than willing to pay for such an incredible elixir. Do tell me, what exactly does it do?
What doesn't it do? Its imbiber is blessed with unyielding vigor, unflagging stamina, and unmitigated vitality. demand has proven so overwhelming that Lionel cannot hope to deliver the goods all on his own. He would be willing to share his profits with the right partner, however.
If you've won the noble's trust, then I see no reason to hesitate in helping you take some of their coin. Very well. Let me see the goods.
And so he's working his way in. But curious that we did not have any of the other characters in this. No, hold on. I may have spoken too soon.
That makes 10.
I think that's Anna up
Their
there.
lust for coin before their capacity for reason. This is almost too easy. With a few rumors and a respected name at his disposal, Lionel could sell these gullible fools their own shoes, so... They're welcome to help themselves to this purgative. And if one or two of them is remarkably long-lived, then all the better for Lionel.
And are you content to make
Yeah.
your fortune on the backs of fools?
Yeah, you? How long have you been there?
Since the morning, on Benedict's orders.
Your overseer is too kind. However, you may return and inform him that Lionel needs no protection.
I'm not sure if it was protection the
His
reason
work to
she was
bring
there.
fortune to House Wolffort requires the utmost concentration, and the presence of others can prove an unnecessary distraction.
Okay, so we had a little Anna at the end. Oh, I did not read that.
I must say, your display of power was quite astonishing. One moment
It's a
there
shame
was
that
a single
it-
cloud in the sky,
It
and the next we were drenched to the
go
bone.
against Frederica's
The
passive
townsfolk were certainly appreciative,
because
and that
they
means much in
clash
these
with
trying
each other.
times.
Her has to
She
do with the
learned
weather,
sorcery.
and Frederica has to do with clear weather.
As were my forebears. In the far reaches of
I do
Hyzant,
like
my
her
people
voice though.
dwell, acting as shamans and summoning rain when the people cried for it.
You hail from Hyzant? I suppose we should count our blessings that you found your way to our ranks.
Did we ever know that she was from Hyzant?
Ah, so you're Izana. We've heard tell of a witch using her dark arts to frighten the peasants into submission. Rest assured, we shall conduct a thorough investigation into these rumors. In the meantime, your presence is requested at the Hierophant's palace.
Rumors from whom? There are no dark arts being practiced here. And the people are not scared of me. I provide them rain when they require it. That is all.
Quiet, witch! Save your remonstrations for the Inquisition.
Is this their investigation? My guilt was decided ere they laid eyes upon me.
Perhaps
Yeah.
they are threatened by the sight of the common folk huddled around your warming smile. The goddess of salt is a jealous mistress, after all, and her subjects cannot well suffer another to be so adored.
Hold
It
up.
is as you said. If you appear before the Inquisition, you will surely be found guilty.
Okay, I
and the
can't see his
punishment
profile.
will be grave.
Because it's saying lover. Does it mean that like he's a big fan of her, or were they in a relationship back then?
Then what recourse is left to me?
If the tentacles of the church can reach this far, then nowhere in Hyzant is safe.
And so he's telling her to
We
leave.
must flee our borders and go far from the gaze of the zealots. It will be just as we promised each other. We'll start a new life together.
Okay, they were in a relationship.
Is that truly what you want? 'Tis hardly the new beginning we envisioned.
That matters not. Only that it is ours.
I really like that
Very
loud
well.
thumping with
Then let
the.
us meet again at nightfall. You know where. Until then, my love.
I shall count the minutes till next we meet.
And I feel like he's not gonna be able to be there.
Alas, he did not come. Another victim of the Inquisition's tyranny. Had he never met me, would he still be alive today? Should I have said nothing and fled alone in the night?
I am sorry for your loss, but you mustn't blame yourself. 'Twas hardly your fault.
I mean, they already
No,
seen the
speak
two
for
of you
certain.
together.
He could very well still be alive.
Perhaps. I tried to seek him out, but there was little I could do with the church's agents breathing down my neck. They burned down his home, and his family was never heard from again.
Oh.
I fear the worst.
Honestly, would not be surprising.
The goddess of salt must be named so for the tears she causes. She took everything from me. Her minions, all of Hyzant, they bear responsibility for my grief, and I aim to see that they answer for it. Although we have known each other only briefly, I sense a strong ally in you. Will you lend me your sword when the time comes?
How about her bow?
Of course. Of that you can be certain.
Okay, next one. We have Groma. Groma speaks to Gila of her past and her regrets as the iron fists of the war 30 years passed.
Might I sit here for a bit?
Back when she was like a general from the Astros.
Well now, shall we have ourselves a little chat to pass the time?
By all means. I would like nothing more than to hear of your exploits in the Salt Iron War. I have read much of your surpassing prowess on the battlefield, but would be honored to learn more in your own words.
Oh,
It's a whole different
That was
experience.
so many, many years ago. How many enemies did I fell on the battlefield? I long since lost count. They say my very name was feared throughout the land. You and others may call them exploits. The truth is, I was nothing more than a skilled dealer of death.
Dealer of death.
You sound as if you regret it.
Against fellow soldiers and warriors like myself? No, that is simply the way of war. But my acts also brought suffering to those who did not deserve it. The Roselle, for example.
The Roselle? How so?
I was leading a siege on the citadel of the Sands in Hyzant, not far from the source. The Hyzantian commander was a worthy foe. The battle drew on, and we were losing men and resources with little to show for it. Seeking to end the battle quickly, I chose to raise the fort with wildfire, and so it fell. All too late did I learn that its jails were filled with Roselle, captured slaves who had fled servitude at the lake.
But you did not know they were there. You can hardly blame yourself for their fate.
Do you think the Roselle who roasted to death would say the same? What of their families?
You cannot forgive yourself for this, even so many years later.
And why should I? Because my countrymen sing of me as a hero? To this day, visions of charred bodies lying in the rubble haunt me. Lumps of burnt flesh that were once men and women who wished only for their freedom.
You see how that's a
At
big
first,
burden.
I tried to forget, but the weight of my sins was too heavy to bear. And so I abandoned everything and left my home behind. Fortunately, I had already trained a protege to follow in my place.
And ever since then, you've wandered the realm alone?
Yes.
And who's a protege?
But no matter how far I traveled, I could not escape.
Are we gonna
my
learn
thoughts.
who that was?
And now, Norzelia finds itself embroiled in another bloody struggle. The horrors of the past come anew. If
Oh,
fighting is all I am
Astros
good for,
is at it.
then the least I can do is fight for peace. It may not atone for the death and suffering I have wrought, but at least it may save others from the same fate.
I'm sorry. It was not my intention to make you relive such painful memories.
Worry not, lass. Truth be told, it's something I've been hoping to get off my chest for a while now. But this old maid's rambled on long enough, I reckon. Thank you for the company, child.
Next up, it's so weird for Gila to be called child when she's older than a majority of the other characters. The Bloody Shield recounts how he came to be known by such an accursed name. Wasn't Flanagan also part of the Astros army?
Thank you for joining me in my training, Sir Flanagan. I've learned much from you.
I forgot.
In truth, I'm grateful for any training at all. There are few of us Hawk Riders in Glenbrook.
Then let me thank you in turn for a chance to shake the rust from my bones. Seems my mount was keen to face such a worthy opponent as well.
Twould seem they are hawks of a feather. Speaking of which, Sir Flanagan, I understand your regiment of riders was the Duchy's finest. Yet you chose to leave your homeland behind. Why?
Learn a little more.
I grew to see how powerless I was. I once believed the freedom Gustadolf espoused would bring prosperity to Esfrost. So I fought, and fought, and fought for the cause until my shield was stained blood red.
Hence your title, yes. To think how many lives you must have saved.
Do not mock me. I saved no one. Pride swelled my breast with every mention of that cursed title. But in a year's time, what did I return home to find? My poor wife, wasting away in solitude in the throes of an accursed plague.
Your wife? Had word not reached you?
She mentioned in letters that she felt unwell, but never did I expect it to be so grave. In a matter of days, she was gone. Every moment I spent protecting the people, she drew one step closer to death. And I left her to die. Her blood, too, stains my shield.
Sir Flanagan,
Forgive me. I did not mean to burden you with my woes. But you see now, my title is a curse.
People that have been
It is a tragedy, yes. But I cannot bring myself to believe you
soldiers,
cursed.
like,
And you mustn't believe so
go
either.
through a lot. Now Roland harbors doubts about his station, but Serenoa reminds him that he's noble in his own way.
Roland, what are you doing out here?
Oh,
There's hardly a better place to become lost in one's thoughts.
Isn't this where the body was found?
I suppose.
His fake
However,
double.
if aught weighs on your mind, it may serve you better to turn to a friend.
Then let me ask, do you believe me too immature for my station?
Not at all. Quite the opposite, in fact.
But the other nobles loved to gossip of my disinterest in politics and intrigue, and mocked my love of hawking.
You said it yourself. Gossip and sniping, nothing more. Pay no mind to nobles and their petty judgments. The people who matter, your subjects, hold you dearly in their hearts. Stories abound of their love for you.
Well, let's see what they have to say.
Go peddle your junk somewhere else.
And why would I do that, my good sir? I see no reason to forego such a bustling avenue simply to please a stranger.
A stranger? You're posted in front of my damn shop. You're stealing my customers from right under my nose.
Oh, I am? I'm not sure your lack of customers could be blamed on me. Surely the proprietor bears some responsibility for...
What bickering is this?
None of your business, whelp. Now leave us to our negotiations.
Prince Roland, is that really you?
A prince, you say? Well,
That guy did not even
A
realize.
distinguished gentleman such as yourself must be mortified to have your customers bear witness to this childish bickering.
I'm sorry, Your Highness. My temper got the best of me.
And you, merchant. If you mean to trade in Glenbrook, I trust you have procured the proper licenses and approvals.
well, the process takes some days, you see. Pardon, Your Highness.
Then your business shall have to wait some days, it seems. Shall I summon a member of the Kingsguard to explain the law in detail?
No, there'll be no need of that, Highness. I'll just be on my way.
Thank you, Prince Roland. Come visit any time, and I'll let you have your pick of my wares.
And Serenoa saw all that.
Your place has always been with your people. You could walk down the main avenue and settle disputes with a single word.
Don't tell me you were watching. They were petty arguments, nothing more.
As petty as they might have been, you were happy to do it. What better proof of royalty is there than that?
But it wasn't because I was wise that I solved their problems. It was my name and status that let my words wait. How do you imagine a kingdom with not a single dissatisfied soul would look?
That's a difficult thing to imagine.
Yeah, because
Indeed.
it's kind of hard to satisfy everyone.
For us to do what we can, while we can.
Well, we can start envisioning such a nation. That one day we might build it. Together.
I like the sound of that.
Yes, brother.
No doubt
I
the
mean,
answers we seek lie ahead.
yes,
So
my
long
lord.
as we stay honest with
My
ourselves.
king.
And so long as we work together. You and I, Serenoa.
I really wonder when that's gonna come into question, the fact that Serenoa is of royal blood. Because it's definitely gonna be coming into question at some point if it was brought up. Erder brushed off the subject of Benedict's sought-after flower. But why?
Made it in time, my lord.
Eredor, you came.
Lady Destra.
So,
Your mother
even though
was
he
loved
talked
by
about
one and all, my lord.
Benedict's not involved in
Honoring her
this.
this day
With
is the least we
Serenoa
can
and
do.
Eredor.
Is it just you here, my lord?
We are beset on all sides by tasks large and small. I would not impose my familial obligations on the others.
Spoken like a true leader. Me and your mother may not have been family by blood, but duty bound us just as close.
I am sure she would have been overjoyed to see you by my side. I never had a chance to know her. My only memories are from stories others told me. And still, I somehow can feel the warmth of her embrace, hear the loving sound of her voice.
She was smitten, that is true. She held on to you so tightly. I reckon not even the Dawn Spear could have pried you from her.
Did she?
Lady Destra's smile was brighter than the sun, and near as constant. She treated young Benedict and I like little brothers, though at times we weren't so deserving of her care.
I really wonder how she looked like, because we never saw it.
Word, and worry enough to spare. There weren't a woman like her in all of Norzelia.
I did not know the bond between you three ran so deep. Benedict never mentioned it.
His lips aren't as loose as mine, especially when it comes to Lady Destra. Speaking of which, here. Your mother would have loved to get one of these from you.
A snowbell?
Yeah, I was about to say, is it the
Father
flower?
mentioned her fondness for these flowers. Every year when I visited her, without fail, one of these would be placed in front of her grave. Was that you all this time?
Benedict, I presume?
Well, not exactly, my lord.
They're quite rare, are they not? I often search for them, but I have yet to see one in bloom.
Yeah, I think I remember
Where did you
Benedict
find
looking for it.
Well, I made a journey down south. Benedict insisted. Apologies for my absence, my lord.
There is naught to apologize for. It was a thoughtful gesture, and I thank you for it. Somehow, I can feel Mother smiling down upon us.
More than I deserve, if I'm being honest.
Huh. There's already a snowbell. Who
Well,
could have...
if it's not you, not Eredor,
Should have known.
it's not your
Nothing to
dad.
Stop him from his duty.
What was that?
It was nothing, my lord.
Mhm.
Seems we're not the
Guess
only
we're not gonna
ones
reveal
carrying
it.
the torch for Lady Destra.
Indeed. We are fortunate to be part of such a close-knit house. And that is thanks to those who serve it. I trust I'll see you here again in a year's time, Eredor.
Of course, my lord. Snowbells might capture a moment in time, but your mother inspired loyalty for an eternity.
I mean, she sounds like an amazing woman. And then, Huet. While out training, Huet recalls a promise she made to Roland before the war began. Oh,
At it
and
again, eh?
it's Eredor,
You
not
know,
Roland,
even
that's
the
gonna
Dawn
appear
Spear
here.
Set down his weapon on occasion.
We're at war. I cannot hope to end it by being idle.
Spoken like a true member of the Kingsguard. You lot were always too serious for my tastes.
We were not serious enough. Where is the king we were meant to protect now? What will become of his kingdom? King Regna and Crown Prince Franny are no more. Only Roland and Cordelia remain. When I think of how lonely my charge must feel, I almost feel smothered by the guilt.
If he's lonely, he hides it well. Could be that losing his princely obligations has lifted a weight off his shoulders.
And who are you to speak on his feelings? His father ever doted on Franny. He knew precious few moments of his mother's love before she passed. Even so, he tried his utmost to never show weakness in front of his sister. He was there for her in the worst of times.
Well,
there was never a place near the throne for him. Truth be told, Sir Maxwell was more of a father to him than anyone.
yeah, I remember
I'd
Roland
like to
saying,
think I have been more than...
cousin, I might have clicked something there.
You and Flugy are constant companions.
As I said before, my prince, he is more than my companion. He is the truest friend I could ask for.
A true friend. I must admit, I envy your relationship.
My prince, I did not mean to.
'Tis nothing to apologize for. I simply find the idea of soaring the skies with a true friend to be somewhat romantic.
You could do the same with the proper training. If it pleases you, my prince, I would gladly teach you.
You would? Then I gladly accept.
Okay.
I trust you will go easy on me.
I can promise no such thing. You must become as ferocious as a hawk yourself if you wish to ride one.
I wonder how the training went that he decided to go with horse instead.
War broke out soon after that. My promise to teach him is yet unfulfilled.
Ah, he
So I will
hasn't
train,
been taught yet.
I will fight. Until the skies are no longer clouded by the fires of war. Only then can I rest. Only then can we fly free. Perhaps then, with the wind in our faces, we can forget our stations, our titles, if only just for one moment.
What was that last part? You'll have to speak up.
Nothing. Nothing at all. Yes, it's back to training for me.
Next up, we have still 6 more to go. Oh my god. The research quarantine spoke of in his drunken stupor seems to be making progress, but it was with Erador that he did the last one. Oh, there they are again.
What's so urgent you can't let a man sleep?
Nothing less than the completion of my groundbreaking research, Erador.
Oh, well now, that is something.
Indeed it is. I've managed to thermodynamically stabilize the quasi-liquid film forming on the surface of the...
Yes, I've heard all that. Now tell it to me in words a man can understand.
Yeah, I'll expect trust
In
layman's terms.
I have created ice that never melts.
See how simple... Did you say ice that never melts?
See how
That's
simple you
mighty
can
impressive
explain.
and all,
Wait,
but
hold up. What did you just say?
What good does that do anyone?
My dear, sweet, simple Erador. We can use my creation to forge weapons with no need for iron.
Sounds useful, if it works as you say. But how's the durability?
Silly soldier. Do you take me for a fool? Of course I tested their durability. Worry not. A prototype shall arrive shortly. I bid you try it out for yourself. For better or worse, you're the most experienced soldier I know. And so I'd have you handle it first.
That sounds big and important. I reckon I'll take you up on it.
Ice weapons.
What news? Surely it's finished by now.
Afraid not. I come bearing unfortunate news from the smithy. It seemed plenty sturdy at first, but shattered the moment he took a hammer to it.
Really?
He says it has a long way to go before it can be used in place of iron, I'm afraid.
Preposterous! My calculations were impeccable. Surely I have not forsaken my homeland in pursuit of a fool's errand.
That's all a bit dramatic, isn't it? You can't have a breakthrough without breaking a couple of ice blades. You know what'd wash away all
I mean,
that
normally they say
worry?
eggs,
Nice
but
cold
sure.
glass of spirits.
And he's getting him to drink again.
Spirits? That's it! That unmelted ice of yours could chill him forever, could it
Yeah,
not?
I thought that was the expected
Groundbreaking
outcome.
Indeed. This invention of yours could still take the world by storm.
Instead of the ice blades.
And I reckon the army'd have use for it as well. It'd keep our rations from going off.
Yeah, true.
Weapons be damned. You've done very important
keep
work.
food and drinks cold.
The fact remains that my calculations were in error. So
Basically a fridge.
Less sulking, more drinking. You succeeded, haven't you? Right then, this'll be my treat, and I won't be turning in till you do.
Very well. Scientific breakthroughs never come easily, I suppose.
I mean, technically you had a breakthrough, just not the one you wanted.
Rounds my everlasting ice can chill. Right then, to the encampment with us. 'Tis time for a drink or three.
That's the spirit. Just promise me I won't have to haul your drunken ass home this time.
The two of them and the guard. That was fun. Now we have, speaking of the tavern, I forgot what was her name. Even the tavern, meant to be a place for people to forget their worries, sees its share of troubles. It's a long name that starts with an H.
Go on, have another glass.
Sabara.
I'm offering
There we go.
top shelf drink for bottom shelf prices tonight. No need to fret over your coin purses.
See? This is why we keep coming back. Nobody treats us better than our Hasabara.
Quite the crowd tonight, eh? Good to see it.
All thanks to you for supplying me with that mead.
Thanks to my good fortune, you mean. I got it for so cheap on account of the batch not measuring quite up to the brewer's usual standards.
Still, look at how happy it's made them. There's nothing I love more than seeing my tavern full to bursting like this. Thank you, Eridor. Truly.
It's nothing, honest.
Ah, and just like that, they've nearly drank me dry. Might have to close up early tonight.
Celebrating something, Hasabara. Whatever it is, we'll drink to that. Pour us around.
I wish I could. Seems the barrels have run dry tonight. But if you'll come back on the morrow...
Run dry?
Calm down.
Enough for these drunkards? You can't spare a drop for those of us who are risking our lives for you on the battlefield? Ah!
Hey! Who are you calling a drunkard?
Don't you fools go spoiling the one spot of happiness we've had in a long while.
Enough! My tavern's a place for forgetting troubles, not stirring them up. You do well not to look down your noses at the very people you've sworn an oath to protect. You want respect? Go out there and earn it by ending the war. Then there'll be drink aplenty to go around.
He
You
is
tell them,
spitting.
Hasabara. They're no better than us.
You lot aren't blameless either, you know. These soldiers do put their lives on the line to protect yours. They get enough grief on the battlefield without you giving it to them off it.
Yeah, just
I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me.
No, I shouldn't have let my temper flare.
There we go. See?
Look, there's still some drink left here. How's about you raise a glass together?
Yeah. You can have some of ours, too.
Well, don't mind if I do.
Level head you've got on your shoulders there, Hasabara.
Yeah. It's really
It
helpful.
helped that you pitched in when you did.
Ah, now that hits the spot.
Doesn't it? Here, I'll pour
Look
you
at that.
another.
Now they're all buddy-buddy now.
See? Now this is what I live for. Giving people a place they can come together and leave the worries of the world behind for a while. Somehow, I know this is what Theo would have wanted me to do. If only I could raise a glass with him.
Aye, I reckon he'd be proud. You've made a spot of sunshine for people who don't get much of it these days. People like me.
What with business booming again, it looks like I'm going to have my hands full for a while. Don't you worry for your mama, Theo. As long as there's ale to be poured and smiles on her customers' faces, she'll be just fine.
Julio speaks to Renault about having a noble in prison without the Lord's permission.
Lord Serenoa, may I speak with you?
About that noblewoman, yes? Eridor's told me what happened. Forgive me.
Okay, so we're continuing the storyline.
Before acting. But I could not leave that woman to her devices. The longer the war goes on, the more the people suffer. I imagine their feelings toward their rulers must be souring. In spite of this, that woman tried to use your name to wrest their food away. Had we let her go free, people would have thought she was acting on your orders, and their mistrust of you would have only grown. I believed we had to show them that soldiers stand for justice, and acted. I accept whatever punishment you deem fit.
Look at you.
There will be no punishment, for you have committed no wrong.
My lord.
Anna looked into her. It seems that woman's ill repute dates back to her days in Glenbrook.
Really?
Likely, she thought to obfuscate her misdeeds in the Crown City by hiding within my troops. But she wasn't able to conceal her true self in the end. I suppose she thought to earn my favor with the stolen food. Unfortunately for her, she misjudged my principles.
Lord Serenoa.
So you acted well,
Forgive me my
Julio.
oversight in this matter. I shall take all necessary precautions to ensure nothing like it happens again.
So you aren't upset with me for throwing a noble woman in jail?
I completely forgot they wrote jail like that.
For her misdeeds in Glenbrook and the
Never
crimes
seen
you
like
are
that
committing,
before.
I shall order her banished at once. She will never again be welcome in the Wolffort domain. Let it serve as a deterrent to any others.
There's also
who prey
domain
upon
like
common
that.
people. It is rare that I meet someone so committed to holding those of high birth accountable for their actions. I hope he will continue to do so. House Wolffort must be a house the people can trust.
Yeah. And not just
course,
of
my lord.
those of
Have my
high
word.
birth.
I knew I made the right choice. Unlike Patriot, Lord Serenoa is a man worth serving. Yes,
Yes.
I finally found where I am meant to be. I cannot rest on my laurels. Yes, I must serve my new lord as best I can.
Serenoa is way better lord than Patria. We're almost done with this. An hour passed, almost. Ian's. Well, Paying a visit to a nearby village with Serenoa, Ian's finally realized what he can do as a blacksmith. And what is that?
This place was host to a battle not long ago, wasn't it?
We have come here to help. Let us offer what relief we can.
I never imagined the war would spiral this out of hand. Before the fighting started, all I cared about was becoming the realm's greatest blacksmith. I dreamed of forging the perfect weapon, a testament to strength. But what is strength, truly? Of late, I have pondered much on that question.
And have you arrived at an answer?
Well...
There they are!
Hello, kids.
Thanks for the sweets you gave us. Hey, let's play a game!
Very well. What shall we play? Apologies, Ians. You may return. You needn't wait for me.
Look at that. The Lord of the Domain playing with the kids.
I believe I may have found my answer, Lord Serenoa. Courage, kindness, warmth that kindles a smile upon a child's face. The fortitude to keep fighting, no matter what trials you may face. Through it all, your heart remains unbent and unbroken. That is what will end this war. You, my lord, and the unmatched weapons you carry within you.
And we're not talking just about swords and such. Oh, hey.
If you insist, here I come.
And Archibald, the former saint, has only one regret left into his heart. Now, Archibald is from Hyzant, right? He fought in the war in Hyzant as a member of Hyzant.
Who in their right mind sends an old man on a scouting mission? Oh, goddess take me. I can't wait to retire. Of course, I can't very well do so until the war is over.
What will you do once it is?
I can't say I have any plans in particular. But there is one regret I'd like to remedy.
And what is that?
I'd like to find my first love. I still dream of her. Even all these years later.
Huh.
She was the general of the Esfrosti forces during the siege of the Citadel of the Sands.
Really?
The turning point of the Salt Iron War, that was. I never learned her name. We were enemies, yes, but it was clear from the battle we waged how much we admired one another. She caught a beautiful figure on the battlefield. Her every movement was
Is it Groma?
majestic. More than anything, she was a fearsome warrior. Truly, there is none in the world like her. I wonder what might have been had we met in a tavern instead of as enemies.
I see. I hope you can find her then.
I want. How would he be able to identify this person?
Well, looky here. Easy mark.
Let's get them before they wise up.
There.
He saw us?
And that is why you take the old man in a scouting mission.
Monster!
How did you sense those bandits from such a distance?
Rats like that will never get the better of me. Until this war is over, I've only begun to fight.
I can see you mean that.
Ah, that's it. I know what I'm going to do when we're done fighting.
Oh, you figured it out?
I'll travel the land till I find the Esfrosti general who caught my eye.
Oh, I thought you mentioned that
Strange,
before.
but I sense her presence
Basically.
wherever I go. Might be she's closer than I think. If that's the case, I'd better do what I can to end this war, and fast. Time to work twice as hard for an early retirement.
Now, I wonder if it is Groma or is it like Anna's mother that we have never known who it actually was. And last but not least, we have Flanagan again. Though he has thrown away his loathed epithet, it will not stop others from addressing him as such.
The hour has grown quite late.
That was my first scouting excursion in many months. I'd forgotten how long they can take.
'Tis not often I get the chance to soar over distant lands such as these. Sir Flanagan, over there!
If it's coin you want, it's yours, all of it. Please, just spare our lives.
We'll be taking the coin. But I'm afraid nobody would see my face can go on living.
Please, please have mercy.
I shall be your shield, my love. Run while you can.
They need us. Quickly!
I'm with you.
Flanagan, go ahead, and he went in the back. Yeah, exactly.
What's this now? Did someone call in the army?
Yeah, Army of Two.
I'd recognize that grubby shield anywhere. You're Sir Flanagan. You're but a lowly coward would turn tail from the duchy. But I bet your shield would fetch good coin at auction.
And you shall have it, on the condition you do not lay a finger on these two.
Or better yet, I'll take your shield, your money, and your lives.
And he was willing to give you the shield. But your greed got the best of you.
That coward best us.
Oh, thank you, good sir. Thank you. We are forever in your debt.
I was only doing my duty. Are you hurt?
No. The three of us couldn't be better, sir. All thanks to you.
3?
She's with child, my lord.
Oh.
Then I am relieved thrice over.
Pray, tell us your name. I would name the child after you, should it be a boy.
This is hardly a deed worthy of...
The man before you was Flanagan, an honorable soldier. Perhaps too much so for his own good.
Flanagan. A fine name indeed.
We thank you from the bottom of our hearts, Sir Flanagan. You truly are the People's Shield.
The People's Shield.
I dare say it's a fitting epithet.
I am hardly worthy of such a lofty title.
If only that were your choice to make. You didn't start calling yourself the Bloody Shield after all. Am I wrong, Sir
The
Flanagan?
Bloody Shield or
should
the
I say
People's Shield?
The People's Shield.
Then I suppose I must endeavor to live up to it. For my sake, and for that of the one who may bear my name.
And now we're finally able to see the stories. Let's see the Hyzant one first. Word of the salt crystals within the Grand Nerzalian mines reached the Hierophant's palace. That's right, that dancer girl, I forgot what's her name. She the mines.
Ah, Milo has sent a
Milo.
dispatch from Glen.
There we go.
Deep within the Grand Rosalian mines lies... It would seem salt crystals were found within.
Impossible.
The discovery of salt outside the source explains Gustadolf's recent provocations.
How can you be so calm?
Okay, I was just trying to remind myself how Tenebris looks like.
The teachings tell us that salt is a blessing, bestowed only upon the goddess's followers.
Well, maybe there's something wrong with the teachings.
Is an existential threat to Hyzant.
Salt crystals are salt too. We need only keep word of this discovery from spreading.
Of course. But how?
The Hierophant has spoken. Minister Exham, you shall raise an army and seize the Grand Rosalian mines in Hyzant's name.
Of course.
The Hierophant asks us to invade Glenbrook?
Do you have another way to silence King Roland and his royal hounds in House Wolffort?
Minister Serenoa is one of us, and thus is honor-bound to heed the Hierophant's word. But we know not if he will do so, or if he will cast his lot with his precious king. You shall ask him yourself when you surround Castle Wolffort en route to the mine.
And if he resists?
You are free to deal with him, as we do with all who forsake the goddess.
So, Hyzant's gonna be coming in to attack us, huh? Like I was thinking, both Hyzant and Asphrod are filled up and about to spill over. Meanwhile, Glenbrook's still in the phase of recovery. Gustadolf gathers his troops at Twins Gate and rallies them by revealing that the Grand Rosalian mines and the salt crystals have been taken from Asphrod. Oh, and Asphod's gonna come in as well. That's just great. Everyone's come into the mines.
I am gladdened to see each and every one of you, my ironclad brothers
Those
in
Varrogs
arms,
over
here
there.
at Twinsgate. I have asked you here to tell you of a most fortuitous discovery. We have found crystals of salt deep in the Grand Orselian mines. Alas, Glenbrook has taken those very mines from us. What's worse, Glenbrook's esteemed House Wolffort is led by one of the saintly seven of Hyzant. They will no doubt be informed of the salt crystals, and their precious religion will be shaken to its core. I trust you can all imagine how Hyzant will respond to such an affront. They will not go quietly, but will instead seek the crystals for themselves, that their reign of terror may continue unimpeded.
You're correct there.
Therefore, we must subdue Glenbrook and seize the mines for Esfrost if we are to counter this grave threat. But we cannot stop there, for that will only draw Hyzant to our gates. They will stop at nothing to conquer all of Norzelia in their name. The Duchy has never been in a more precarious position. But we will not yield. We subscribe to no faith, and we bend the knee for no king. We shall greet our enemies at Twinsgate with cold, hard steel. Our newest weapon, the Death's Knell, is nearly complete. With it, we shall strike
back at Hyzant.
Yeah, that snow's gonna be a
false
problem.
goddess shall crumble beneath the sheer force of our iron will, and Hyzant reduced to rubble along with her. Raise your swords, my black iron heroes. Your names shall be cast in iron when the histories of this day are written. You shall be known as the defenders of Esfrost.
For Esfrost!
Oh yes. The death snare will reduce many a falsehood to rubble, dear Gustadolf.
Mm-hmm. Now we have the central aspects. The changing of the times spares no one, not even the Norzelia Consortium.
Have you heard the popular rumor, Lord Claris?
That Hyzant intends to raise an army against Glenbrook? Yes, I am familiar.
So it's reached the Consortium then. Is it true?
King Roland has only just reclaimed the Crown City with Hyzant's help, not to mention restored relations with them. Ordinarily, such a thing would be unthinkable, but the rumors are so persistent that I think something may be afoot.
For example?
I wouldn't be so restless if I had an example to give.
Esfrost gathers its troops at Twinsgate. Might they have heard the rumors as well?
Perhaps. A battle for the very soul of Norzelia may loom on the horizon.
Clerics. Ah, I remember now.
But therein lies the opportunity for merchants like us. You can't wage war without a surfeit of supplies.
You're quite right about that.
And each shift in Norzelia's power balance opens new business opportunities.
Will the Consortium continue trading with Hyzant?
'Tis difficult to say. I believe House Wolffort's actions from here on will be key to the Consortium's decision.
Oh yeah.
House Wolffort, you say?
Indeed. They've been involved in most every conflict between the three nations on this continent. Why stop now? I shall wait and see how Lord Serenoa responds first, lest I make any hasty decisions.
Okay, fair. There we go.
Hyzant has learned of the salt crystals. Minister Exham of the Saintly Seven wastes no time in mustering his army, which now marches on the Grand Norzelian mines. Elsewhere, Gustadolf amasses his own forces at Twinsgate in anticipation of the war to come. All eyes are on Glenbrook, where Roland and Serenoa's pronouncement could touch off a battle for the soul of Norzelia. After much deliberation, Roland makes his way to Castle Wolffort to inform Serenoa of the decision that now weighs heavy on his heart.
Okay. Roland visits Wolffort and tells Serenoa of his decision. Now, what is this decision?
I appreciate you coming all this way, Roland.
I was the one who asked for your time, so it is only natural I make the journey. I wish to tell you that I finally made up my mind.
And I would hear your decision if you were willing to share it with me.
I've long pondered over the one thing that Norzelia needs most. I thought back on the Salt Iron War. 30 years have passed, yet the root of our conflict remains the same. Each nation still thinks only of itself, wishing to fill its coffers even at the expense of others. But who bears the brunt of such a war?
The people.
Exactly so. The avarice of the ruler is an existential threat to their loyal subjects.
And yet without that wealth, the people suffer just as much. They languish in poverty.
This much is obvious. But there can be no winner without a loser. Remove one, and you necessarily remove the other. If we achieve equality, we achieve peace.
And how do you propose we achieve? No. No, surely you don't mean...
Yes. The goddess's teachings. All can live as equals under the goddess. An authority greater than any king. The model nation was in front of us all along, Serenoa. The holy state of Hyzant. I have decided that we must give the salt crystals in the Grand Norzelian mines to Hyzant.
Okay.
And in so doing, you'll give them control of all Norzelia.
Exactly. There will be no more squabbling over salt. Norzelia will know eternal peace at last.
Unequal peace, surely. One built on the backs of a people like the Roselle, if not the Roselle themselves.
I am not blind to that fact. But so few will suffer for the good of so many. Nothing in this world is perfect, Serenoa. The sacrifice of the few for the good of the many. It's the only clear answer, and one I would give every time I were asked.
Submitting to the goddess will rob you of your kingship.
So be it. My crown.
But yeah, Kier said he decided on that.
There are but small prices to pay for peace.
You are truly prepared to throw it all away.
Join me, Serenoa. Let us unite Norzelia under the Holy State.
Roland, this is quite sudden.
I understand. Pray, take all the time you need. I expect Frederica will want nothing to do with this plan.
Oh yeah, for
seeing
sure.
as it forsakes her people. I am already mourning the rift this may cause between you. But I shall not be swayed. This will be my final act as Glenbrook's king.
King Roland's anguish plays plainly across his face. It pains me to see him so tortured.
I'm not surprised. The future of our kingdom, to say nothing of the entire continent, rests upon his shoulders.
Pray tell, what do you intend to do about the salt crystals?
In truth, I cannot decide. Salt is too precious to be hoarded. We've a duty to share it with the people.
But if it's underground, it should be
Where the
in
difficulty
multiple
lies,
places in
The source
Norzelia.
makes that all too clear. Salt lies at the heart of every war in Norzelia.
Would that the boundless salted sea of Rosellan legend still existed. We'd have no need of conflict if there were a source of salt for all.
My love, if I may, the discovery of the salt crystals has made two things plain to me.
And what are they?
First is that my mother spoke true in the legend she passed on to me.
And the other is that the goddess's teachings are nothing more than a lie built to constrain your people.
Just so, we are guilty of nothing. Yet the Roselle languish in the source, where they are looked down upon and forced to work until they die. Entire generations lost, countless lives given to Hyzant's cruelty. Cruelty created to justify Hyzant's own avarice and lust for power.
Such is the ugly lie at the heart of their teachings.
Yeah.
One revealed by a crystal of the mineral they hold so dear. The time has come, Serenoa. The Roselle must be freed. The salt crystals have brought us to the brink of war. We can harness this unrest, incite the Roselle to rise up and rebel against their captors.
I am with you. Believe me, I am. But you make it sound so...
Simple. Yes, I know. But the suffering of my people is so distant for everyone else.
We can no longer wait for someone to do the right thing. Help isn't coming. Why else would my own mother incite rebellion? We are alone.
I swear to you, none of this feels distant to me. The Roselle live in my domain. I am betrothed to you, my dear. It couldn't feel any closer.
And I thank the stars that I have you by my side. I do. In truth, that's why I think this time will be different. Why I'll be able to accomplish what my mother could not.
I agree, but the risk is immense. Suppose we succeed, what then? Hyzant will not let us go quietly.
Of course not.
And when that time comes, you can lead the Roselle to Centralia, just as your mother wrote about in the book she left behind. Beyond the Great Falls in the Falk's domain at the end of the Norzelia River, the ancestral home of the Roselle.
But that's just a legend.
We've already found one legend to be rooted in truth. Perhaps this one is as well. And if not, at least you'll be safe from harm.
I doubt Benedict will share our feelings, though. Abandoning all we've built to embark on a journey fraught with danger in search of a legend. Yet no matter how perilous the path ahead, I would happily walk it at your side.
I trust you understand what a monumental effect the discovery of these salt crystals will have on Norzelia's history.
Oh yeah.
Whatever course of action we choose will determine whether House Wolffort leaves a legacy in that history, or is expunged from it.
How would you proceed, Benedict?
I would do all I could to keep it from falling into Hyzant's hands. They already control the source. With the crystals
Yeah, about
in hand,
that.
they will solidify their grip on the realm and in time dominate it. The siren song of a false equality under their goddess shall blanket the land, claiming every domain and its people.
Even though they count me among the Saintly Seven.
Even then, for that matters little when the equality they espouse is dictated by the goddess, or should I say, the Hierophant.
Yeah.
In the end, they will have the same life and death control over all Norzelia that they now hold over the Roselle.
And our wounds from the battle with Esfrost have only begun to heal. Hyzant will destroy us if we wage war against them in our current state.
But they stand little chance against us if we ally with Esfrost.
What? Ally with Asfrost?
Ally with Esfrost? Are you of sound mind, Benedict?
We just expelled
Think about it for a moment.
Asfrost from the mines.
Esfrost wants nothing more than to loosen Hyzant's grip. They will go to war if it means control of the salt crystals.
Our interests are broadly aligned, yes, but...
Esfrost has been building toward precisely that purpose for some time now.
You speak of the Death Knell, the weapon that Cordelia mentioned.
Precisely. A weapon capable of reducing the goddess's shield to rubble, leaving Hyzant's capital ripe for the taking. Without that weapon, we cannot win. You need only say the word, and I shall convince Esfrost to join our side.
I appreciate your candor, Benedict, and I do not doubt you could secure Esfrost's cooperation. But I fear the harder fight is within our own domain. King Roland's heart will not be easily won.
I bid you listen closely and calmly to what I'm about to ask.
What are you gonna ask?
From whence this somber tone?
Do you believe King Roland is fit to rule?
What are you implying?
Decorum is of little use when the fate of our realm is at stake, Lord Serenoa.
He certainly got put in charge in a
life in servitude to
very
another?
dangerous position.
Not another word, Benedict.
A very
Roland is more than my
dangerous
king.
situation.
He is my friend.
And you are Lord of House Wolffort, whose military prowess is known to all Norzelia. Not the guard dog of Glenbrook and Hyzant. What else are you here to do, if not to protect your house and keep its banner aloft? But you have the potential for so much more. All Norzelia could be yours if you but desired it.
Treason, if not outright regicide. These are your suggestions.
Of course not. The blood in your veins and the royal family's ring are claim enough to the throne. There is no need for violence.
I told you not to speak of that again.
But you did not tell me to forget. The time to reckon with your lineage draws near. You must make a...
I've heard enough. Leave me.
Just know that I will do anything you ask of me, Lord Serenoa. I pray that you make the right choice. Not only for House Wolffort, but for yourself.
I did like that last line from Benedict, though. Sorry, I was thinking here. So yeah, Hyzant's coming in. Asfrost's ready to come in. Once again, House Wolffort stands before three diverging paths. Oh, three? The time has come to lay their convictions bare before the scales and make their greatest decision yet. The story is approaching a turning point. It is recommended you save your current progress. Oh, okay. It is that. That's how important this moment is, huh? Which makes sense. We saw our options basically.
Hyzant's army marches for the Grand Norzelian mines.
There is no doubt.
They've heard word of the crystals.
It was only a matter of time. We knew this.
Honestly, it was faster than I expected.
Army gathers at Twinsgate as well.
War's breaking out over this thing, and we've got to be ready.
How will Glenbrook respond, King Roland?
There's no need to prepare for war. I have decided that we will surrender the salt crystals to the holy state of Hyzant.
What?
Furthermore, I hereby declare that the kingdom of Glenbrook and its people shall submit to the goddess and her teachings. There is no way to bring happiness to all Norzelia with the salt crystals. Which is why I have chosen a path that will allow the greatest number of people to live in equality and harmony.
How could you? Do you not see that Hyzant's dominion over Norzelia's salt is why we are in conflict already? Is the suffering of the Rizal not proof enough that the goddess's vaunted equality is a lie?
She speaks the truth, my king. Handing over the salt crystals is tantamount to giving Hyzant's goddess free reign of Norzelia. Will you so readily surrender the realm to the Hierophant?
I acknowledge the abdication of my kingdom and kingship alike. A small price to pay in my eyes, in exchange for the security and prosperity of the many.
And the sacrifice of the Rizal, is that a small price to you?
Yeah, that's
It is.
small problem for
How could you say such a thing to my
Frederica.
face?
I, for one, oppose. I would prefer to ally with Esfrost and strike back at Hyzant. The salt deposits within the mines give us the leverage we need to convince Gustadolf to join us.
Ally with Esfrost? You dare suggest we ally with the man who murdered my father?
I mean, you're basically
no
asking the
reason
same
why we
of
should
Frederica,
not.
Roland.
You proposed abdicating the throne for the sake of the kingdom and its people. So you should have no trouble putting aside your own feelings and judging this matter dispassionately.
I cannot believe my own ears.
I'm in.
I will not have you lecture me on feelings when it is not your father he murdered.
None of you can see beyond your own grievances. It's no wonder my people have suffered for generations. We're told to believe in the goddess, while our own lives are thrown away to make a few more grains of your precious salt. And now, even with proof that the goddess is a lie, you would watch us dig our own graves for your comfort.
Lady Frederica, please. We shall speak of the Roselle in due time.
Hi, Susie.
No, I've heard that before. Your due time is never, and I will not have you cast us aside for another 3 decades or more. All else is in disarray. If Hyzant seizes the salt crystals, we forfeit the best opportunity in decades to free my people. We know the truth. We must act upon it. We must be a light in the darkness.
We cannot afford to dilute our forces when the enemy marches on us as we speak.
So we are a distraction to you?
I am merely being rational. Liberating the Roselle would be extremely dangerous. We cannot take such a risk. Suppose we succeed. How do you propose we fend off the fury Hyzant will rain down upon us?
Esfrost would pounce on us, sensing weakness at the undue burden we've taken upon ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Precisely. We would be without allies and ripe for the taking.
There is another way.
And what is it,
What, pray
Frederica?
tell, would that be?
We set out alongside the Roselle in search of Centralia.
Centralia is a
Centralia?
myth.
The legends of my people are true.
I care not one whit if they are. I will hear no talk of forsaking the Wolffort domain.
Silence! I have heard enough to know where each of you stand. Do you all hold the courage of your own convictions?
I do.
Nothing I've heard here has swayed me.
I feel the same.
Very well.
Oh.
But know that a choice must be made. There can only be one way forward. Face the scales of conviction and prepare.
This
to
one's a
make peace
tough
with the outcome.
choice. I'm not fond of any of the choices, but I do agree that a choice has to be made in the situation. Because we're stuck between a rock and a hard place. And another hard place. The vote we take today may well open a rift between us. Nevertheless, it must proceed. I'm prepared to accept its outcome. See, even the rest is all undecided. To think King Roland, Lady Frederica, and Sir Benedict's convictions would diverge so greatly after all this time. Just between you and me, Lord Serenoa, what do you make of their plans? He's telling me to pick a plan. I still haven't decided on that. I believe that Benedict's plan chooses Astral's ideals of freedom to ascend to the top of all Norzelia. I think Roland. So basically, we fought back Asphrod to just let them do as they please again. I think Roland intends to put his personal feelings aside to bring peace and equality to everyone. Frederick's wish is a human one. She desires to liberate those who have been cruelly oppressed. I think this, at least saying this, makes the most sense. but in reality, humans usually only act in their own best interest, even if it means turning a blind eye to the suffering of others. Lady Frederica is a strong woman to stand up for what is right. Couldn't agree more. Ignoring their plight now would be shameful, especially knowing what we do of their innocence. Everyone's choices are deeply rooted in their convictions. It makes me wonder if they'll be able to abide by this chaos decision. Lord Serenoa, it will fail to you to lead everyone down the right path. It will fall to you. A slight difference. Of course, I wish for all of us to walk astride the same path as we always have. Lord Serenoa, I cannot help but feel that our greatest battle lies ahead, regardless of which path you choose. I agree. I know this may not be the best time to say so, but my wife gave birth to her first child not a few days ago. You're a father before a soldier. It is your duty to protect your own house before that of Wolffort. I will not force you to march with us. I ask only that you act according to your own convictions. You must pull together if we are to emerge victorious. I ask that you see us through this final battle. Now, you decide what you're gonna do. May I have time to think about it, my lord? But of course, the path before me diverges as well. I must also take time to think before making a decision. Let us both choose a path that will leave us with no regrets. Thank you, Lord Serenoa. It is an honor to call you my lord. Can I get out? Nope. Okay. We're stuck in this room. I see you're enjoying your pizza, Susie. I guess we take the risk with Frederica, though I feel like that might be the hardest path.
What do you need?
Each path before us demands a great sacrifice in exchange for a great reward. Yes, I'm just not sure I'm ready for for picking the sacrifice. I'm sure King Roland, Benedict, and Frederica have agonized over their proposals.
Well...
So, now we must agonize over our own decisions. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go with Frederica's vision. I must say, I'm surprised by your support for Frederica's visions. I've been by her side for years, but even I must admit it is rather hopeful, if I'm being charitable. Perhaps you see something I do not? Norzelle will be forever plagued by war. I wish to leave this place and create a new nation that only knows. Oh yeah, that's right. I now remember that she wants to find Centralia and create a new nation that knows only peace. My father has defended the Roselle all these years and I intend to carry on his legacy. In truth, I agree with you. Her plan is imprudent and ill-advised. How is this gonna help convince her to agree with Frederica? I feel like it's a mix of both, Susie. Depending on the legacy, it's good to carry it. But sometimes it might be a heavy duty and you may have to do your own. A very noble sentiment, my lord. Albeit one that would be better served by protecting your own domains first and foremost. How would he feel if you saved the Roselle at the expense of the house? I have not to say in response. Perhaps I cannot match what father accomplished.
What do you need?
It has nothing to do with you, and everything to do with the circumstances in which you find yourself, and these are very dire circumstances. You must see the world as it is, not as it once was. Yeah, that did not work.
However,
here we stand after a bitter fight to reclaim the crown city, only for the king to speak of forsaking it. As his subject, it is my duty to follow his decree. And yet, my lord, the choice before us feel immense. I'm utterly adrift. Me too, he wet. Me too. Pray, tell me how you see the proposals from King Roland and the others. I need your guidance. I guess we're trying to go this method now. You've taken Frederica's side in all this? What fascination does the Roselle hold for you, my lord? Frederica has shown me a future in which no one is beholden to salt, or indeed to any nation. There's no better time to free the Roselle than now, while Azeroth and Hyzan squabble over the salt crystals. So, if the choice is to ally with the duchy, who prize might over all else, or submit to the holy state, who prey upon the weak.
But...
You mean to suggest we simply do neither? Precisely. She has shown me the Rosellan's legends are true. That means there is hope for all of us. Hope I would bet my life upon. As long as we sit between two nations who've no compassion for the weak, I fear we will never know peace.
Furthermore,
I take your point. War will spread, and perhaps only end when the Death Snow and the Elfric, I forgot how it's that one's pronounced. Elfric are unleashed upon the continent. So you see why I would choose to flee with the weak, rather than be a party to the atrocities of the powerful. It would be a flight amid a hay of arrows and steel. But so righteous and noble that I would be proud to give my life for it. You've stated your case well, my lord. Okay. It seems I convinced Hewitt.
Lord Serenoa.
Benedict and King Roland would march us to war. Frederica would see Hyzan hunt us for all eternity. Perhaps her vision's not so different. So, let's come to this. Ally with a one-time opponent, or flee with the Roselle?
However,
bold proposals. All. Our tactics must be flawless. Okay, seems Anna would listen to reason. Ah. So that was you. So you sent to Frederica's visions for the future. War is coming. A war for all Norzelia. And you forfeit your role in it? There's no better time to free the Roselle than now. All there are squabbling. This is how we end the war. Hyzan will crumble once we free the Roselle. If the Death Snow and Ulfric are unleashed on the battlefield, the casualty will eclipse any war that's come before. Yeah.
Perhaps.
The Death Snow and Ulfric? The casualties would be immense. I had not considered that they might be unleashed simultaneously. The stakes warrant it, whether they are complete or not. We have already shown that the way by using Wolffort in battle. Precisely. They will undoubtedly both be employed.
Then?
Unprecedented destruction is all that awaits us here. A war whose victors will rule over a pile of ash. A Pyrrhic victory, if you will. And I will not be a party to such devastation. I can think of far more productive uses for such power. I see your reasoning. I confess, I thought only in terms of battles past. So much so that I forgot avoiding battle was ever an option. I feel like I convinced her. Yeah, this one is kind of fallen.
Aye, lad.
Our sweat and blood fed this land, built it into a proper domain. I see no reason why we should surrender it all to Hyacinth. And Lady Frederica, while I sympathize, I ask that we risk everything for the sake of the Roselle.
Here's what I think.
Benedict got the right of it, I reckon, but even that doesn't quite quiet the nagging feeling I get every time I think about our options. Yeah, I get how you feel, Eredor. None of the options seems quite right. Yeah, we can't afford to not pick one. How could ye possibly support Lady Frederica's visions? Have you gone mad? Okay. Now let's calm down. The war will never end so long as we hold the salt crystals. We must relinquish it and break the cycle of violence. I wish to carry on, nay, surpass my father's legacy of protecting the Roselle. I need you with me, Eredor. Yeah, I think this one, because this one, relinquishing it would be similar to giving it to Hyacinth. Oh, do your own father. Meaning what, exactly? Do more for the Roselle than he did? I know things aren't what they were during the Salt Iron War, but it is not House Wolffort's duty to come to the aid of those in need. Are we not to fight injustice and tyranny wheresoever it may be? You dare invoke Lord Simon's own words. I cannot do this alone, Eredor. The risk is too great. Only if all of House Wolffort unites as one we will have a chance to succeed. I hear you, lad.
And so?
Just give me a moment to sit with what he said. Okay, Eredor, I have no idea if I convince him or not. I don't think I'll be able to convince the three of them, so I'm just gonna go ahead. Now let's see.
It is time to cast our votes. The opinions before us are many.
Oh yeah.
Roland's, Frederica's, Benedict's. Which to choose? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
You aren't wrong, but...
Yeah, I imagined not convince Vila. But what about the other three?
You have my vote.
Yeah. I convinced Anna. I'm pretty sure I convinced Huet.
I have faith in you.
With that, we got 3 votes. So, I think
I'm with you.
Yep, okay. I convince Eredor. So it's 4-1.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
Okay, so Gila wanted to go with Benedict's
The way
idea.
forward is decided. Frederica's dream is worth realizing. We will free the Roselle from the source.
Oh. Hope this works out. Let's put it over here. Since we already have 2 saves.
A tumultuous meeting exposes a yawning chasm between Roland, Frederica, and Benedict's visions for the future. Yet only one will emerge victorious, for such is the custom of House Wolffort. As ever, the scales of conviction have the final word. The time has come
What
for
do you mean by
judgments to be
hashtag night?
rendered and leaders to steel themselves for the outcome.
One last request. Oh, that's what you meant.
We've chosen our path. We are to free the Roselle being held in Hyzant's source.
You have chosen the one path I cannot take.
Oh.
I understand your disappointment, Benedict,
Is
but the scales have spoken.
Benedict gonna leave us?
And so I ask for your wisdom. Help us find a way to free the Roselle.
Hyzant will destroy everything you hold dear if you attempt to free them. That way lies ruin. Your choice is to turn your back on this house, to cast aside your land and the people who have built their lives upon it. I will not, I cannot endorse such betrayal.
I agree that we will be ill-prepared to defend the domain this way. Should that come to pass, I am prepared to flee with the Roselle and search for Centralia. They say it is home to a boundless salted sea. Surely a land where none need fight for salt is a land worth seeking. This is an opportunity, Benedict. We could find a new home instead of fighting the wars of old yet again.
Why not channel that resolve to lead the people of Norzelia as their king?
Oh, Benedict's...
You hold the power and the might. You lack only the will.
Benedict is
With the
letting out the
crystals in
secret.
hand, you shall ascend the throne. I shall see to it that you are coronated.
Oh.
Then we can liberate the Roselle, or whatever else your heart desires.
Liberate the Roselle, or whatever else. I never dreamed I would hear such callous words fall from your lips.
I stand by them. I care only that you and the legacy of House Wolffort are safe and secure. I shall offer my counsel by force, if needed.
You don't mean to fight the lad.
Stand down, Benedict.
No, Anna.
Wow, Anna was trying to put a stop to Benedict.
This is a challenge that I must accept.
I beg you to reconsider. If you mean to proceed with this folly,
You're the one that's wanting
And
to
you will
proceed.
do so over my dead body.
We don't need dead bodies here. Come on.
You can do so much
Chill.
more, Lord Serenoa. The salt crystals give you the upper hand. Esfrost and Hyzant would bend the knee to you. You could unite all Norzelia under your rule.
They would not bend the knee.
You were right about me, Benedict. I lack the will. I have no desire to rule Norzelia. I wish to see an oppressed people set free and nothing more.
At what cost? Would you see your loyal subjects conquered by another nation?
I would forfeit my lordship. The people of Wolffort will endure without me. The Roselle have no such champion for their cause. We are the only ones who can set them free.
Give me the order, and I shall reduce Hyzant to rubble. Then they shall be free.
The ensuing battle will only breed further resentment, or worse, displace others who will be treated like the Roselle. War cannot solve every problem, and our liberation
Fighting
of the
fire
Roselle
with
shall
fire.
prove as much.
So, you now take blind counsel from your betrothed. To think that an arranged marriage will lead to this folly.
Enough! I came to this conclusion of my own free will. I have seen the challenges that face Norzelia, and this is how I choose to respond.
You are every inch Lady Destra's child. Your compassion steers you headlong into every conflict. Alas, compassion is easily trampled. It can only exist so long as it has an army at its back. My patience grows thin, Lord Serenoa. The salt crystals give you the power to bring peace to Norzelia.
They don't have that much power, considering the armies are in our
Little more than the catalyst for
doorstep.
another protracted war.
A war we can win. Let me lead you to victory.
There is always a war to be won. Do you not see the cycle at work? I will break that cycle and use my power to liberate the oppressed.
You talk of fleeing from your duty, of pure fantasy.
We need you, Benedict. Why can you not put our differences aside?
This is absurd. You race toward your own destruction, and I will not be party to it. Lord Simon entrusted me with the future of this house. And I swore an oath to Lady Destra that I would protect you no matter what the cost.
You are shackled to the past, Benedict.
I would call it loyalty.
And it has come to this. For the sake of our future, I
I
must
don't like
strike
this.
you down.
Prepare yourself. You came, you missed.
Here!
I mean,
Came, you missed.
Serenoa is the stronger unit, while Benedict's the support. Yeah.
I yield. Grant me the mercy of a swift death.
But we don't want your death, Benedict.
No. Neither father nor mother would stand for the killing of a loyal retainer. The rest of us shall make our way to Hyzant in secret. You will remain here. Lead the people out of the Wolffort domain before the Hyzantian army assaults this castle, and keep them safe.
The These are your orders, in exchange for sparing my life?
These are not orders, and there is no exchange to be made. This is the last thing I will ever ask of you as my steward and loyal friend of House Wolffort.
And so, you follow in the footsteps of Lord Simone and Lady Destra, leaving me behind with the most arduous tasks. I shall rise to the occasion, my lord. I shall do whatever is required to see that the Wolffort name and its people survive. Should House Wolffort lose its lord, I shall lead the house forward in your stead.
I have no doubt you will.
Not like this scene. I do wonder if I picked the other ones, if would be either Roland or Frederica the one leaving the party.
Benedict.
Mule-headed fool.
We've each made our choices. Now we must walk the path we believe is right.
Yes.
King Roland, this decision means casting Glenbrook aside. I know I cannot ask you to come with me, but will you agree to see to the salt crystals?
Is Roland also gonna leave us?
No. I am sorry, my friend. But I am not worthy to oversee such an important task.
Of course you are. You have always striven to be fair and just.
You hold me much too high in regard. Our conversation earlier made me realize the truth. My faith was misguided, as were my actions. I believed exacting vengeance upon Esfrost would be proof enough I was Glenbrook's rightful king. But I gave no thought to the bloody cost of revenge. This kingdom and its subjects should not have to suffer such a selfish fool upon the throne.
Then, you will come with me?
I shall.
Okay.
Not as your king, but as your friend. If I can help those in need, that is
okay.
Glenbrook has the geographical advantage, and the salt crystals. And there are a small handful of trustworthy nobles remaining. I'm
A
certain they
very
will
small
ensure the
handful.
people thrive, even without a king. Glenbrook is in too powerful a position for foreign powers to interfere.
Roland.
You know you aren't leaving me behind. I've come this far by your side. I'm not abandoning you now.
You have my thanks, Huette.
Frederica, don't you think you ought to make your convictions clear to your companions?
Well, it's common knowledge by now that I'm an Esfrosti of Rosellan descent. I was a lonely child who hated that her hair was a different color from everyone else. But then I joined House Wolffort. I met Jerome and witnessed the cruelty that my fellow Roselle suffered at the source. And I learned how brave my mother was, how long and hard she fought for her people's freedom. Compared to the horrors they went through, I have lived a life of privilege and comfort. I am proud to be a Rosellan, and proud to be a Wolffort. I wish to be strong, strong like my lady mother before me. And I wish to see her dream of freeing our people fulfilled. I understand the difficulties that lie ahead, but hope that I might have you all with me.
We will always be there beside you, Frederica.
My lord, Hyzant's army has sent a message ahead of their forces. It says, the Grand Norzalian mines must be conferred to the goddess as a divine offering.
An offering? Sounds more like an ultimatum.
Yeah.
Precisely. If we refuse to relinquish the mines, they'll put the Wolffort domain to the sword.
Then we've no time to waste. We must make ready to leave at once.
Benedict.
I leave the rest in your hands, Anna.
All these years I have watched you. I may not be able to replace you, but I will do my best.
Loath as I am to burden you with such responsibility, that is heartening.
This ain't the Benedict I know. Come on, where's your usual glower?
You never change.
Huh, I should hope not. Defending House Wolffort calls for consistency. And defend Wolffort I shall, even in your absence.
I shall hold you to it, both of you.
I'm telling you, we've got it under control.
Your voice hasn't gotten any quieter.
Sorry. Parting ways with a friend always gets me worked up.
Thank you for seeing me off, you two. Farewell.
What of the Byzantine forces?
They haven't entered the domain yet. If we act now, we could sneak around them and reach the capital.
Focused as they are on seizing the salt crystal deposits, I'd wager their domestic defenses are at a minimum.
If we can get into the capital and have the Roselle and the Source take up arms, we should stand a fair chance of helping them escape.
But Hyzant is wary of Serenoa for keeping the salt crystals from them, despite his position as one of the Saintly Seven. They may be short-handed, but if they spot him, we'll never make it inside.
We can use the Consortium cart to slip unnoticed into the capital.
The wagon from Claris? You sure we can trust the Consortium?
Yes. If only because this benefits both us and him. In exchange, I told him what secrets we learned of Esfrost and Hyzant.
You mean you told him of Dragan's murder and the illicit salt trade? I hope he understands those secrets must never leave his lips.
He understands. Once people learn of the salt crystals, Norzelia will change. And the Consortium will have a new role to serve. Now that they know, they will be better prepared to negotiate their position. They agreed to help us as a show of gratitude.
You've thought this through. Well done, Anna.
What of our things, Gila?
Stored safely within the cart, of course.
Things? What things?
The explosives we found in the tunnel.
After we've gotten the Roselle to rise up, we'll set sail from the harbor and make for the Folk's domain, to the Great Falls. To make sure no one follows us, we'll blow up all the other ships in the harbor as we leave.
Frederica and I devised the plan ourselves.
A perfect way to make an escape with so many people.
Wise of you to make for the Falk's domain. It's distant enough. You'll have plenty of time to hide.
Aye, about as far south as you can get. No better place, if your end goal is Centralia, too.
It's a good plan. We shall do what we can to make sure it succeeds.
Crafty as ever, you Wolfforts. I'm glad to be on your side.
But one problem remains. How do we get the Roselle and the Source to turn against their captors? If we can't win their trust, all this is for naught.
Yeah, that's a major point.
And quickly, too.
Let me worry about that. I can find the words to convince them.
Let's hope
I am
so.
my mother's daughter, after all.
All right. I know you'll figure something out, Frederica.
There is one more thing. Huette, I'll need to send a bird.
Of course, my lady. Where to?
The Rosellan village. I'd like to tell Jerome and the others of our plan. I would have them meet us at the Great Falls.
Agreeing to such a thing means they will have to give up the lives they enjoy now. Do you think they will come?
I cannot say. Regardless, I owe it to them to let them know Hyzant is invading.
Indeed. Let us send word and see what they have to say.
Upon learning of the salt crystal deposits, Hyzant quickly musters her forces. They march upon the Wolffort domain, intent on seizing control of the mine.
Yeah.
Serenoa decides to take this as an opportunity to free the Roselle enslaved at the source. But that decision leads to Benedict's departure from House Wolffort. Still grappling with grief over parting ways with their friend, Serenoa and the others make for the Hyzantian capital. There, amidst a land in turmoil, they hope to help the Roselle rise up against their oppressors.
Okay, let's check out the Ironstone. Hyzant makes for the mines as Wolffort has the source. But how will the Duchy respond?
Archduke Gustadov, we received word from Wolffort. XM's forces have crossed into their domain.
So they know of the salt crystals. Then battle is inevitable. How will House Wolffort respond?
I should think it obvious they will attack us. Their lord is one of the Saintly Seven, after all.
I am unconvinced of that. Perhaps they will offer us salt crystals to secure our alliance.
Then that's the two options.
To what end?
Benedict and Roland, or
history is changing
considering.
around us as we speak. If Wolffort wishes to guide the shape our future takes, he will need all the help he can get. He can choose to submit to Hyzant's tyranny, or work with us to bring freedom to our land. Or he might choose to take advantage of the chaos. Will you follow in Lady Orlea's footsteps, Frederica?
Oh wow, you really thought of all three
Somehow
plans.
I doubt it.
Your pardon, Archduke.
It's nothing. I let my thoughts wander too far. Whatever path Wolffort chooses, they all lead to war. Ready our forces.
I hope they don't lead war. The people of Wolffort, anxious at the sudden turn of events, are relieved when a familiar face appears before them. I'm guessing Benedict. Yep.
What? You want us to leave the city?
You couldn't have told us this sooner? I've got a family to worry about.
I understand I ask much of you, but a bloody battle is nigh. You must be ready to evacuate if it comes to it.
But where is our lord? Won't he protect us?
Lord Serenoa marches toward an even fiercer conflict than what we face here. He left me to protect the people of Wolffort in his stead. I ask that you trust in our house and do as I bid.
All right then. Well, I suppose we'll start packing.
Your mastery at matters of war has kept us safe this long. If you say we need to leave, that's what we'll do.
Look how they trust him.
You have my thanks. I've one more thing to ask of you. Something I'd like each of you to make.
What is that thing that he wants them to make? I wonder. Idor gathers the saints to discuss how Hyzant will deal with both the mines and House Wolffort.
Minister Exham's forces ought to be crossing into Wolffort's domain any moment now.
Will it be war, or will they relinquish the salt crystal deposits without resistance?
I think we have no cause for worry. Minister Serenoa is one of our saintly seven, after all.
Nevertheless, we cannot be certain what he will choose. Whoever controls those salt crystals controls the future of all Norzelia. Knowing that, you truly think he would give them up without a fight?
Minister Lila is right. He may very well decide to ally with Aesfrost and rise up against us.
Yep, they all
I
consider
made sure
that
Minister
option.
Exham understood he may very well be marching to war.
Wolffort is a prideful house. If we apply too much pressure on them, they may hold out simply out of principle.
Honestly, we are more trouble than they are worth. It almost makes me wish we could turn them and Aesfrost against each other.
That is something else to consider. We could even promise them the Roselle's freedom, should they triumph over the duchy.
A fine proposition. The best outcome would be to have them destroy Aesfrost for good.
And in doing so, they'd be destroyed themselves. Surely you would not wish for such slaughter.
Soft hearts have no place here, Minister Camsel. We fight for control of all Norzelia.
And we must fight to win. Our troops will need Elfric, Minister Lila. See that they have it.
Of course. I'll see to any final adjustments at the Ministry of Medicine.
Yep, there's a one last request.
Concealed aboard Claris's consortium cart, Serenoa and his retinue slip out of the Wolffort domain past Exham's forces and make for the Hyzantian capital. As soon as they arrive, they review the particulars of their plan to lead the Roselle in revolt.
Chapter 18. From the Abyss.
Scouts are reporting the Hyzantian army has crossed into the Wolffort domain. The force is commanded by Minister Exham, and is many times larger than what they used when we marched on the Crown City.
Enough to destroy Castle Wolffort, and then some. They ain't aiming just to scare us.
A foe even Benedict would be hard-pressed to prevail against.
Have faith, Anna. Benedict will protect our people as he always has.
I know.
That said, we cannot defend the domain itself. Our land and our castle will doubtless fall to Exham's forces.
Then we must act as if we have no home to return to.
We cannot waver in our resolve.
No, the time for doubts is long past. Listen well. After we have freed the Roselle from the source, we will set our sights on their homeland in the south, on Centralia. We will find the Endless Sea and create a land free of suffering. A far-fetched dream if ever there was one, I know. I will not blame any of you if you do not wish to come.
A bit late for second thoughts now.
Aye, we're with you, my lord. Wherever you will lead us.
Then it's decided. We have much to discuss about our rescue plan. Claris, if you would.
The wagon will have to pass through an inspection at the Goddess's Shield before entering the city. I can throw my consortium weight around to see you safely through the inspection, but that's about all I'm good for.
That's more than enough. Thank you.
Well, we are
Let's muscle our way
at a
to the
turning
source.
point of the story.
The guards won't expect an attack from the outside.
Getting in is not what worries me. Indeed,
The biggest obstacle we face is getting the Roselle to follow us out. They've been treated as criminals under the teachings for so long, they've come to believe they are guilty. They might be
And Susie, is the sound fine? Both mine and the game?
My mother led them in revolt 30 years ago.
True, but only a small handful of people escaped.
I know.
So you don't want me to raise or lower any of them, right?
Have you thought of how you'll convince them?
I have. I will smash the statue of the goddess to pieces. If they see her idol destroyed, the fear shackled about their hearts will break. Without terror to hold them back, the uprising of 30 years ago will look tiny in comparison.
But that statue is massive. How are you gonna reduce it to rubble?
With magic.
I'm going to blow it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
so use
dynamite.
the explosives we have. It will
Not
completely
actually
down.
magic, but technology.
We have none to destroy the ships that pursue us.
Exactly. That's why I think we ought to use Elfric on the ships instead.
Oh?
It is more powerful than the explosives.
And perfect for blowing up ships.
There must be some stored at the Ministry of Medicine, considering Minister Lila's involvement in its creation. But how will we detonate it without Milo?
Considering all the research they conducted, there must be some sort of documentation on how to use it.
Then what are we waiting for? If Lady Frederica's plan is going to succeed, we better go track some down.
All right, then we have our plan.
Not really sure about the outbreak part, but
thank you.
Sure.
I'll handle the guards. Don't move a muscle, any of you. Don't even breathe. Hail! I am Claris of the Consortium. I bring goods for trade in the city, if you'll give me leave to pass.
Claris! Consortium's working you hard.
In these dangerous times, 'tis a privilege to be in such good employ. But you're worked even harder than I. Here, a small token of my appreciation.
You always have been a thoughtful man. Go on, then.
Oh, looks like he convinced them.
Wait. We cannot allow unscheduled goods into the city without
And
inspection.
so close.
Fine. Guess there's no such thing as being too careful.
You needn't worry. Minister Camsel of the Saintly Seven sent for these goods himself.
He did?
Oh, yes. Look closely, and you'll see.
Okay, Claris.
What have you done?
You're all in with the plan.
I must call for reinforcements.
Claris, are you all right?
My apologies. Luckily, mine was the only face they saw. I will draw off the reinforcements while you make for the Ministry of Medicine.
I'm honestly surprised Claris is going all in with us
Do
here.
not forget to retrieve the explosives you buried in my cargo.
Please.
I'm sorry we've put you to such trouble. And we'll likely have to blow up Consortium ships on top of everything else.
Cause as much trouble as you wish. I know you'll repay me for it once this is all over.
I'm in.
Hurry. The
Good
majority
job
of
to
the force
Claris.
may be absent, but we're finished if a guard catches sight of us.
To the Ministry of Medicine with us.
The party men sneak into the holy state with the help of Claris and makes for the Ministry of Medicine.
Unsurprising to find researchers here.
Hyzant still doesn't know we're moving against them. They shouldn't think us suspicious as long as we walk at a calm pace.
We can't go that slowly. Minister Kamzel is in charge of the guards, and he's no pushover. The longer we take, the more we'll lose our freedom of movement.
Claris is clever, but he could still get captured.
Then we'd best split up.
Indeed. We must find the Elfric and quickly.
But yeah, I guess he never saw this, huh? Sometime later. We split up to look around, but I still can't find a single blast crystal in here. I wonder how the others are faring. Perhaps I should check in on them. Only those who are involved for a research subject are privy to its details. And something like the Afric would be more protected than most. It's kinda small to go swimming. Things are noisier here than I remember. Perhaps they're preparing for battle? Yeah, shallow. That's what the word I was looking for. I wonder if Minister Lila's here. Should keep an eye out for her. We have to find the Elfric as soon as possible and make for the source. We must convince the Roselle that they have committed no crime and free them from that horrific place. It's the right thing to do, now knowing the truth. I imagine there will be no small amount of injuries from the coming battle. We're currently preparing a system that can handle as many patients as possible. I can't help but wondering how Benedict's doing. Sorry, lad. I know I should be focused on finding the Ulfric. Yeah, don't worry. It's also in the back of my mind. A big battle. It's always a boon to our research. There are injuries and fallen aplenty. They will further our research on the Ulfric thanks. Why is the fallen and injured gonna help the research on Ulfric? The area heads upland. Only those permissions can answer. We made it this far thanks to Lord Claris. We must free the Roselle and help them flee Hyzant. Ah, Minister Serenoa. Are you here to meet with Minister Lila? Yes? There seem to be archives on the other side of the door. Perhaps we can find documents about the Ulfric. I managed to pick the lock not a moment ago. I'll report back later with my findings. Luck bracelet. Luck and immunity to fury. Ah. Immunity to fury. Sure, let's give it to Hewitt. Oh, the Vanguard scarf. I'm sad. Sure, Gila. Thank you. I think this is it. I should resume my search for the Ulfric. Oh, looked like Anna found something in there.
Lord Serenoa, look at this book.
What is it?
Did you find it?
No, only a book.
The Elfric method in practice. Does this detail how it is made?
Seems that way.
And I
It's
fear
littered
about
with
it
arcane
because
terms I
of
can
what that
scarcely
person said.
comprehend. But if I'm grasping this correctly, the main component of Elfric is human remains.
Yep. Kinda,
It says
I'd
here,
say.
having harvested the corpses of Roselle who perished at the source.
Harvesting corpses? For what foul purpose?
This kind of reminds me of Full Metal
Not
Alchemist.
intend for Elfric to be weaponized. Our original goal was to harness its immense magical capabilities to power the automaton.
Automaton? What manner of contraption is that?
I do not know, but I doubt it is anything kind or good.
I thought the Ministry of Medicine was supposed to, you know, figure out how to save lives, not how to profit off death.
We've glimpsed the rot at Hyzan's core.
Minister Serenoa.
Oh.
What are you doing here?
Looks like Lila found us. Hello. Recommend level 28. We're all level 27. But there we go, Sizzy. We're finally getting a fight. No more cutscenes for the moment. I mean, there will be a short cutscene in the beginning, but it will lead to a fight. Serenoa and the others learn the ghastly truth of Ulfric. Lila discovers them not long after. I need to figure out who I'm gonna use on my team.
Minister Lila, did you use Rosellan remains to create Elfric?
I advise taking more care with your words, Minister Serenoa. You are one of the Saintly Seven. You have a responsibility to protect Hyzan's secrets.
Then it is true.
You steal their freedom, their very lives. And you dare to call what you do healing?
Everything I have done was as the goddess willed. I call myself nothing but her loyal servant. All of us are hers to command.
No, not all of us.
House Wolffort means to free the Roselle from the goddess's tyranny.
Do you now?
As one committed to
Calm
the
down,
preservation of
Frederica.
life,
You should have
you
kept
know
that.
assault should not be a luxury for the privileged few. Is that not what you told me? Help us. If not for the Roselle, then to change Hyzant for the better.
Change Hyzant? How wonderful that would be.
Then...
No, I cannot help you. The Holy One would have my head for turning traitor. Besides, my hands are far too bloody to ever be washed clean.
basically she's saying like, while she liked the idea, it's a bit too late. Okay, now I need to figure out my party. Why is Anna not in the team?
As you command.
So we have Cordelia. Not sure. Oh, then again, if Huette will be able to land on these, then it's actually not a bad spot for her. Oh, but you can kind of climb up, so actually never mind. So actually not super great for Huette. Erler for sure. Cordelia. Archibald is nice. Cyranoic, Anna, and Roland. Frederick and Gila. Galata maybe? Where? Narv?
Do my best.
So now let's figure out how we're gonna set this up. She has a silver scepter. Resist poison, resist poison, silence fury, temptation, instant death. But she can be blinded, and oh, she has slow, delayed casting. Do proportion non-elemental magic damage to a large enemy and adjacent enemies after target completes 2 turns. To target enemy and temporal suspension. Stop all enemies within range for 2 turns. Wow. She's kind of like a time mage. Something like this, maybe?
These heretics spit in the face of the goddess. They deserve nothing better than utter annihilation.
Minister Lila, how can you pretend the teachings are righteous when you know the truth?
There is no turning back for me. I am Lila Viscraft, one of Hyzant's saintly 7. In the name of the goddess, I deem your life forfeit.
That's a shame, Lila.
Cool heads shall prevail.
I was a fan of you.
Victory goes to
Yeah,
the
here there is a bit slow, so.
We'll get him yet.
My turn. Into the shadows.
Oh, he has to act again.
My turn. Away with you!
102 damage.
Damn it!
Oh, he's in danger.
Defeat is not an option. Now I end this. Ha-ha!
Nice crit. Not a fan of that.
Impossible.
I hope you're watching, Grandfather.
Definitely not a fan of that. Yeah, let's distract them from attacking Roland.
Now then. Too slow. Ha-ha! I'll take you on.
Hmm.
Time to die!
Oh, wait, they can
I
grant
gain
TP to her.
newfound strength. I fight for peace. Flames, heed my call.
Yep. Okay.
I won't hold you back.
Can she? She can reach it. Good. Save your brother.
I'm here for you.
My apologies.
Wow. Even then, he got very badly injured. Rise up. What did that do?
Do what I can.
Ah, increase the strength. I don't like that. Okay, I think you're the only one that will be able to attack Serenoa.
Be at ease.
My apologies.
I'm ready to do what I must. You will pay for sinning against the
Well.
goddess. This is the fruit of wisdom.
Oh, Serenoa is not gonna act. So when 18. Oh boy.
Allow me. Victory is within reach.
Leave it to me.
Yeah. Victory is within reach.
Leave it to me.
Thunderbird. Oh wow. And there goes the... Oh boy. Serenoa's about to go down. Not okay, so any of them have a YouTube, but that's about it. So Cordelia, you're gonna keep your brother alive again. And I'm gonna try to keep Serenoa alive.
Come at me! I'll be your shield!
Not who I want.
Look at me learning.
I hope you're watching, Grandfather. Don't be afraid.
No need to panic.
Oh my god. That's not enough to kill him. Let's keep their backline a little busy.
I saw that. With years comes wisdom. I'm only getting started.
Not gonna help much, but
Here go.
Oh my god, look at Anna's health as well.
Take that!
Yeah, yeah.
Allow me. We will make our ideals reality. My turn now. May this be enough.
Sorry to worry you.
I hate that move. I don't think Sereno's gonna live to tell the story.
I shall do what I can.
Well, then again. Really? If I move over here, I can reach it, but it'll be in range of, like, everyone. I kind of did not want to... I can use Sanctuary. Not ideal, but...
I'm behind you. Thank you.
I shall lead by example.
Delayed casting.
Your orders? You won't escape. Shadows conceal me.
Anna's safe for now. Serenoa is the one in the most danger. And maybe Eredor as well. But definitely Serenoa. Oh, never mind. Anna is also in danger.
I'll show you what I can do. Use this.
Thank you.
Hmm.
I have.
Yeah, she has a resurrection one. I didn't want to use it this early, but yes.
So it's come to blows. Heretics cannot be suffered to live.
Wow, they're really oh my god, that deals damage. I did not know that dealt damage. They're really focusing Serenoa.
Brace yourself! Yes! Ugh.
Together.
I shirk from no danger.
Both Serenoa and Roland are very much in danger right now.
Hit!
Allow me.
Actually, I should focus on pikemen.
Let's go. I'll do what I can.
Yeah, we're doing what we can to keep Sereno alive. It's tough. Stop giving her TP.
I shall be victorious.
And now he's running towards the healer.
Let me heal your wounds. I'm behind you.
Okay, now the one I'm worried about is Roland, but the others... He has counter, I forgot about that.
You won't beat me!
Even if I ram him, he's gonna be right next to me. Okay.
Away!
And also doesn't help missing. This is no time to be missing, Erador.
Your orders?
It's not much, but it's honest work. They really did not want Serenoa to live.
I'm ready to do what I must. Heretics cannot be suffered to live.
No.
Yep. He's finally gone.
I love this craft. You have inflicted enough cruelty
Like,
upon the Roselle.
I think he had one turn. Yeah, I think Serenoa only had one turn, and they kept stopping him from having a second turn.
What I did as one of the saintly seven, blessed by the Holy One, and thus the goddess herself.
But you wanted to stop it. You knew it was wrong. The heart that beats inside your chest is still human, is it not?
Silence! You have no right to speak of what is in my heart.
And Roland might be going down as well. Yep. Great. Two of my front lines are gone.
Oh, no.
My two front lines are gone, rather.
What should I do? Lightning!
Back away. Oh, wow, that's...
Let me show you what I've learned.
Hmm. Yeah, he has physical counter. Upon taking physical damage, okay.
Flames, heed my call. In the name of the royal family. Here you go. 1,000 thanks. I've done it.
Allow me.
With years
My
comes
turn.
wisdom.
I've been waiting for this. Come and get me.
The archer.
Let the show begin.
Focus on that one and leave us alone, please.
Time to work.
It's over. Face your fate. Take this. You have my gratitude. I feel
Hey, it's not
stronger
my
already.
fault you have yours in grayscale.
Shall we begin? Be at ease. You saved my neck.
I'm ready to do what I must.
I'm the 3.
I fight for peace.
If I were to end my turn. What? Actually, not a bad trade.
I won't hold you back.
Let's heal the decoy so they can focus it longer.
Here I come.
Narv still doesn't help a lot.
Use this. Thanks. I'll make you proud, grandfather.
Don't grant her TP. She doesn't need those.
Allow me.
Can I see what? Okay, it's the other battle mage.
Ready or not, here I come.
Probably not the best idea, but... Eh.
Time to work.
Yeah.
Allow me.
I'll be able to kill this guy, but Anna's gonna be in a tough position.
So it's come to blows. This is the fruit of wisdom.
She stopped both my offensive mage and one of my healers.
Let me heal your wounds.
Hold up. I can help.
Tis but a trifle. One step closer.
Did that not work? Oh, that sucks. I wasted a turn. Oh, that sucks. I thought that was gonna help. Yeah, take that 21 damage. Yeah, I thought that was gonna help her. Like, this is no bueno.
So it's come to blows.
I'll show you what I can do.
He's gonna survive that.
Lightning!
Very, very frightening. Oh, don't heal him. Oh. Oh, there goes my plant. And they're gonna heal. You know what would have been great? If I had my mage, you know?
I shall do what I can. Your wounds are healed.
Thank you.
No need to panic.
I honestly don't know what to do in this situation. Like that stopped so annoying because it stops 2 turns of each one, and I cannot stop that apparently.
That's it.
Time to work.
Could go all the way here. Not sure if... Where's the other healer? Wait. Oh, over there.
Try this. Victory is within reach. Shadows conceal me.
Come at me! Come and get me!
Why is not working as a pikeman? That's all I want. All I want is for you to taunt the pikeman. And now she's gone. That stop, it's such a pain. I lost probably my 3 units that deal the most damage.
Use this! Thank you! Where's your next?
Give me too!
No time to be missing, Erador.
Cool heads shall prevail. Be at ease.
Allow me. I've got my sights all set.
So it's come to blow. Now behold my power.
Okay, that is fine. Like, not only does that stop so annoying because it just cancels out 2 turns, and apparently it cannot heal that, but it also is an area. It's an area of effect.
Look to my shield.
Wait, it doesn't work on the archer? Is that far up?
Oh.
Ow.
I can do this! I'll do what I can.
Focus. Focus on the decoy.
I hope you're watching, Grandfather. Ready to see it spell?
Basically, I only have Narv to deal with this pikeman.
Hold your applause.
I'm ready to do what I must.
I think I can take care of this pikeman now. Yeah.
It's over.
Cool heads shall shall prevail. Be at ease.
Looks like I'm up.
Slow!
Let's do it! Hold your applause!
Come at me! Look to my shield!
There we go. Finally got a double whammy.
So it's come to blows.
And now he's gonna have a bomb on him.
I won't hold you back. Stay strong.
Time for some sorcery.
You know what I'm gonna do? Just pass my turn. Because Narv can't really do anything with 1 TP.
I will end this.
Sleep.
Let the show begin. Here.
Shall we begin?
Nice try! Me too!
Looks like I'm up. That's it!
I shall lead by example.
I've been waiting for this! Come on!
Here I come.
Are you tired or just bored? The two of them just beat that guy up.
Victory is within reach. This is the end.
Cool heads shall prevail.
Oh, I don't know how much damage that explosion is gonna do. I can only hope that he's gonna be safe.
I won't hold you back.
He has regain. Honestly, there's not really anyone to use it on.
I must do my duty.
I guess I could have reset the duration of his regain.
Where to next?
Oh yeah. Forgot about this.
So it's come to blows. Heretics cannot be suffered to live.
Me too! Looks like I'm up.
Wait, hold up. If I go over here. Aha!
I've got my sights all set. Absolutely wonderful.
Now, out of curiosity, what are you immune again? Poison, silent. Ah, so you're not immune to falling asleep? I see.
You're in the way!
Oh. Okay, 161.
I'll show you what I can do.
That's dealable. Really, your survival was 8.
Ready to see a spell?
Cool heads shall prevail.
How much CP you have? Okay, none. But actually, whack.
I'm ready to do what I must.
Now you're running, huh?
I'll do what I can.
I think we're gonna be able to deal with this.
I'll do my best.
I could have gone behind her. Now that behind him.
I still got lots to learn.
We must tread carefully.
Come get me. Come get me.
You won't beat me! Gotcha! Look at me learning.
I shall lead by example.
Oh, she actually has 2 TP.
I do only what I must.
Okay, that.
Allow me. Slow.
Time for some sorcery.
If I go over here, how far can it reach? Yeah, let's start.
It's not over yet.
Much obliged.
I can do this.
This is what I really wanted.
Shall we begin? Victory goes to the quick.
I won't let you down. Where's your next?
Huh.
I shall lead by example.
Now you're running, huh?
Time to work.
Now let's see. That's a very small chance.
Sleep.
The 1 in 4
I've been
chance.
waiting for this. Push on through.
Just make sure not to send extra.
I hope you're watching, Grandfather.
No need to panic. I saw that.
Airstrike. It's even more impressive that he's doing this indoors.
I shall do what I can.
Victory goes to the quick.
Oh, now that feels good.
I won't hold you back. Where's he next?
I'm ready to do what I do only what I must.
Okay, now that's a bit scary because
I'll show you what I can do.
okay, you're 6. Okay, you'll be able to reach her. I don't like that because I'm gonna hit Aerodor.
Come at me.
No, I cannot provoke.
So it's come to blows.
No need to panic.
Let's go. I'll do what I can.
Thank you.
I shall do what I can.
I very much like that revival ring on Anna. Since she's always going behind the enemies. She's gonna end up being focused at times.
I will end this.
One in 4? Nope.
So this is my fate. Or is it divine retribution?
I mean, we gave you a chance.
This cannot stand.
Here I come. It worked.
I've been waiting for this.
A little more.
I can do this. Let the show begin. Hey, over here. It worked. I'll make you proud, Grandfather.
Cool heads shall prevail.
Allow me. My apologies.
Am I outmatched?
Impressed? Time to work.
Wait, why are not moving up? Really? Miss. Let's try again. 1 to 4. Nope.
Let's go. Stay with us. I hope you're watching, Grandfather.
You're open.
I'll take you on.
There we go.
You're in the way.
Oh, goddess, you have never smiled upon me. I wished to see him just once more.
Him who? But there we go, we did it. We're probably gonna need to restock.
Minister Lila had the key to the laboratory. We found the Elfric within.
Mm.
And documents detailing its use. We know how to trigger it now.
Then we can destroy both the statue of the goddess and the ships that'd give chase.
My people suffered so this Elfric could be created. For their sake, we cannot fail.
We shan't. I think even Minister Lila, in her heart of hearts, had prayed for our success.
So she understood the injustice of it all and sought to aid us. What makes you think that?
I imagine circumstances prevented her from acts of outright defiance.
Perhaps the Saintly Seven are not so free to act according to their own principles.
Oh yeah, they are, really. There are those just not following orders.
The so-called equality under the goddess that Hyzanth loves to espouse is nothing but hypocrisy.
Indeed. There is nothing righteous about a faith that preaches appropriating a person's very death. Let us to the source. The goddess's oppression has gone on long enough.
They haven't added more soldiers to the ramparts, meaning they haven't noticed us yet.
Claris has him nice and distracted for us. But I don't think we can stay hidden for this next bit.
No, the source is heavily guarded inside. Sneaking in to quietly foment rebellion is not an option. We must defeat the guards and convince the Roselle to rise up in a very short amount of time.
Before reinforcements arrive to put us down. Frederica, everything rests on your ability to sway them to our side.
Don't tell me you're getting cold feet now.
I know what I will say, what I will do. Whether I will succeed, however, I do not know. And not knowing frightens me. I hate that I'm such a coward, when my mother was so brave.
There isn't a person in the world who doesn't fear the future. Not your mother, not the Rosellan, not I. Being brave isn't about being fearless. It's about acting regardless of how terrified you are.
Well said, Gila. Well
We
said.
are here because we refuse to let fear rule us. Remember, Frederica, you are not alone. We will see this through together.
I needed to hear that, Sheila. Mother, please guide us. Guide me. Serenoa, I am ready. I can do this.
I know you can. Come then. The source awaits.
Realm of the Abyss completed.
After defeating Lila and securing the Elfric, Serenoa and his retinue make for the source to free the Roselle. Meanwhile, Hyzantian forces commanded by Exham arrive at Castle Wolffort's doorstep, intent on claiming the salt
Now,
crystal
what
deposits for themselves.
What is Benedict gonna do?
Refusing to hand over the salt, House Wolffort has barricaded themselves inside with hundreds of soldiers. Their outright defiance makes Exham cautious, suspecting some sort of trap. He opts to surround the castle and prepares for an extended siege. But the Wolffort soldiers don't move an inch. Patience worn thin, Exham orders an attack. His soldiers swarm into the castle.
Hold fast courage.
There's no one here.
What is the meaning of this?
Our scouts didn't see enemy soldiers. Only straw dolls.
Is this what Benedict asked them to make?
They must have abandoned the castle, told their people to flee. Damn. They twisted our vigilance against us to buy themselves time.
But where have they gone to?
I cannot say. What are you scheming, Wolffort? Well, seize the castle in any case. This domain belongs to Hyzant now.
Sir.
No. What is Benedict doing?
After routing Exham with his strange strategy and seeing Wolffort's people safely to Glenbrook's crown city, Benedict disappears. His actions draw Hyzant's full attention entirely to the
people to the
Wolffort
castle,
domain, making it easy for Serenoa and his retinue to slip into the source. But whether they can convince the Roselle to rebel depends entirely on Frederica. Which way the winds of fate will blow is anyone's guess.
Halt! What are you... Ah!
Goddess, what have you done? Who are you?
Well, time for your speech.
My name is Frederica Esfrost, daughter of Orlea, the woman who led the Source Rebellion 30 years ago. With me is Lord Serenoa of House Wolffort, my husband. We have come to liberate
Even though you guys didn't really have an
cannot do
official
it without
wedding,
your
but
help.
yeah.
We need you to take a stand and fight by our side.
Husband? It's true then, what they say? That you accepted a Rosellan as one of your own?
Yes, Frederica is my wife. House Wolffort pledges itself to the Roselle's defense.
Let us leave this wretched place far behind us.
Leave Hyzant? No. We'd only be throwing ourselves upon the soldiers' swords.
Our ancestors stained us with sin the moment they tried to hoard salt for themselves. The goddess will never absolve us unless we dedicate our lives serving her here.
They will never
keep us from
absolve
our
you.
atonement.
Something that never
It's not like there's
existed.
anywhere for us to go, even if we fled.
There is. My mother told me of the Rosellan homeland. A place far, far to the south, surrounded by a vast expanse of salt water. Centralia. Everything's already in place for your escape. All that we need to succeed is for you to trust us.
Centralia. A vast expanse of salt water.
It's just a myth. You can't expect us to believe it's real.
I knew Lady Orlea. You do bear her likeness. She too insisted the Holy State's teachings were a lie, that we must break the chains the false goddess bound us with, and seek Centralia. Those words sparked rebellion. But only a handful of us managed to escape in the end. Took a bit of the goddess's statue with them. That's all.
I was a child at the time, so I don't remember it that well. Still, I doubt you lot will accomplish much more than she did.
I understand your hesitation, but nothing will change if we do not take a stand. Do you really want our people to be trapped here forever?
Of course not, but...
We fear what Hyzant will do to us.
No one can defy the goddess. That's what they have always taught us.
I understand. It isn't easy to act against generations of oppression and terror.
Then we destroy the very thing that represents all they fear.
Yeah.
The statue of the
Now
goddess.
it's the moment where they...
Show them she can be defeated.
Best do it soon. I doubt we have much time until Hyzant realizes we're here.
None of you move.
Oh, Kamso is the next one we're gonna have to face, huh? Yep. Council forces arrive at the source. House Wolffort will strike them down if the Roselle are ever to be free. But we definitely do not have enough time for that, so we're gonna be stopping here. But we're definitely getting to the high point of the game. I wonder if we'll ever see Benedict again, or if that was the last moment we saw of him. And I wonder if we're gonna have to fight each of the Saintly Seven, because we fought Lila, now we're fighting Kunso. We fought... I don't even remember the other guy's name that we fought and took his place as the Saintly Seven. But yeah, I wonder if we're gonna have to fight the other 4. Well, we'll discover in due time. But with that being said, have a good night.